in the beginning you said something about playing small. And this is something that I can relate to because I've been kind of having these, negative thoughts that I'm not enough or I don't deserve XYZ. And I speak to quite a lot of men. And at first, obviously, they don't want to admit that. But as we go deeper, whether it's in a men's circle or in a retreat, it does come up. It's almost like a universal thing for a lot of them. Can you speak a little bit about how you came to that realization and also how you went out of that, limiting belief or toxic belief?
Yeah, like that was such a massive one for me in my journey. Like it's when I started off kind of more on the kind of path of like trying to figure out who I was, and like I followed a lot more of that, like how I kind of relate to it now and look at it now is like I spent so many years going down more of the light and love, the spirituality side of things, and trying to like bring a lot more of like the positivity in and like a lot of like the power of now and law of attraction and all of that side of spirituality to try to figure out what was going on, because I knew there were so many blockages within myself and I was holding myself back and keeping myself small, but I never really knew why. And the more I started delving deeper into a lot of them practices, like it shifted a lot of the stuff in the surface level, but I always knew there was something deeper, but I could never get to the bottom with. And that was what kind of drove me towards diving deeper into more specific men's work, because that was where I was first introduced like a lot more of the Carl Jung style of philosophy and like doing a lot more of the shadow work and looking at our darkness, looking at that, like the shadow sides of ourselves and delving deeper into that. That was when I had a massive like game-changing, eye-opening experience around all of that, because you're like, oh fuck, this is the stuff that a lot of people don't do. Like we look for the light, we want to focus on the good, we want to focus on the positivity, but we don't actually look at a lot of that hurt, a lot of that pain, like our anger, frustration, or shame, or guilt, and looking into the deeper, darker side. But as I surrendered into that and dived more and more into that, that's where I uncovered a lot of the truths around why I was playing a small, why I didn't have the belief in myself, and like a lot of the stories that I was creating to feed that story and feed that belief with it. And yeah, like it was a big process uncovering a lot of that, and like it took quite a while digging into it, but yeah, it's not easy, but it's so worth it when you come out the other side.
Nice, brother, man.